bit. What?
Really glad that the first thing that anyone said on stream was you saying, doing good. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Alright. Time to load up the Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yay.
God save the queen.
Even if she's wearing a really ugly green.
Let me pull up the chat here. Not that I'm going to be looking at it.
Chat is here. Chat is good. Wonder what happens if I go to my own live link.
You'll just go to your own live link?
Wow. I won't mess anything up if I hit the pause button on this part, will I?
Probably not.
I don't want to. I'm scared. I'm just gonna go to my own live link.
Okay.
I don't trust YouTube.
Oh boy, here we go. What difficulty level?
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Got it. Normal mode it is, because I'm a bitch.
Yay.
Bitch made all the way.
Wow, a giant dog. What, giant dog? I missed the giant dog.
There was a giant dog.
Fuck.
That is not Grandpa from Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
That's a shame. I liked Grandpa until he turned into Pikachu.
This game has a bunch of imagery from both Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and 1. I am only vaguely familiar with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so, yeah.
It's Shulk.
Yeah, I'm sure he's around.
Shook.
Don't mind me, I'll just be slowly dying.
Come on, hurry up! The Queen's anniversary's gonna start without us, guys!
It'll be okay.
Yeah! Move your feet! Hop, hop, run like you mean it!
Can't believe it's already been a year since the Queen died.
Slow down, guys!
Oh my god!
Is it true, though?
You were right, this is topical, why aren't you?
Yeah, saw them setting it up yesterday. There were loads of them. It'll be worth it, promise.
Oh!
Yeah, they're celebrating too.
Hey, that looks like the protagonist, but small.
No, couldn't be.
Wow, fire! Those are the shittiest fireworks I've ever seen. That's just mortar fire.
You know, looking at all of this makes absolutely no sense, given the context of the game.
Really?
Maybe it does.
Well, I don't know anything about the game, so I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, never mind, it makes sense.
Oh my god, they even got Big Ben. I didn't even parse that.
Yeah, they had to reconstruct it after the Queen died.
Oh no, he's the Monado.
He's the Monado.
He is the Monado.
Oh my god. I think he's just having a panic attack.
Okay, this is weird, yeah.
Holy shit, they're in space.
Oh my god.
God damn, look at those low poly birds.
Oh my god, the Hyentia city. Why are you calling that shit back?
Is that a place in Xenoblade Chronicles 1?
Yeah. I think that's what that was. It's been a while, so I don't remember exactly what it looked like, but I think I remember the weird Star Trek Enterprise-looking buildings.
Holy shit, weird dog.
Whoa! Just teleported that shit out of existence.
Yeah, dude, shit's just, like, gone. There's a whole chunk of that dog that's missing.
Alright. Is this the dimensional merge? Oh no.
What dimensional merge?
You know, the dimensional merge.
Oh, sure.
Two colossal martial nations locked in war.
If you don't know, it's too much to explain.
If you
I
don't
can't.
know, you don't
It's Chris
know.
Chan shit.
That's fair.
What is it they need to stay alive? Water?
Metalface became a weird dog.
Food?
Wow.
Certainly. But what we need most...
How's the visual
life
quality?
itself.
Pretty good. I can tell what's going on.
Nice. I was worried with all the particle effects.
Metal face, hit the jam.
Taking each other's lives. With the taking
The one
flames
dude
become
just
more
standing on top of the
intense.
fucking mech. What a dork.
Bruh.
No, I'm sorry, this is super serious wartime. What does it all mean?
The one
Yeah.
whose essence
What's
is stolen
that chin?
leaves only a husk.
It's so tragic. We're stealing the life force of the other side.
Yeah, but we're stealing their life force too. They're stealing ours, and we're stealing this.
How can we claim their
It's
my God.
inhuman, innit?
He is a nerd. Wait, is that Char?
Cripple them! Aim lower! Yes, sir.
Sparking?
Lower and aim, sir.
Yeah, this they've got a whole host of fake curse words for you to enjoy. Like a spark
Oh
and
my god, it's shaky cam.
it's war. It's shaky.
Look, most of the shaky cam has been okay, but some of this is looking like the fucking opening scene of Obi-Wan, okay?
Fighting in order to live.
Listen, man, if you were trying to collect footage in an active war zone, you'd have some anxiety shaking too.
It would be less uniform, is what I'm saying.
Cruel irony that it should mean eternity.
Oh my god, that mech just got killed.
Oh
Our world is
no,
dying,
not the mech.
Even though we have yet to realize that fact.
Walking potato, active war zones. Hey, why aren't these people dressed normal with the helmets and things?
Because these are the protagonists. You have to be able to see their faces.
Noah,
I would
more of
prefer to
them.
care about
Even
their
so.
actions.
How would you know who these characters are if you couldn't see their
If
faces?
you can't distinctify your characters despite the outfit they're wearing, you are not as good of a writer
It's true.
as you might hope you are.
Oh boy, video games. You automatically just auto attack. You're playing an MMO. Congrats.
All right, I know there's gonna be a lot of goofy shit, but you're gonna get confused.
That's fine.
If anybody says anything stupid, you have to repeat it in the exact way they said it.
You got it. But for now, we're just playing this engaging Xenoblade gameplay.
Oh, okay.
Man, look at it go.
Yeah. Mwamba is definitely either a bad guy or he's gonna die.
What? Mwamba? Dude, he's central to the plot. He's not going anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
He's gonna die. He's gonna be somebody that we tragically lose and care about a whole lot, and it affects us very emotionally.
No.
Just
I'm skipping through all the tutorials because I know how to play the video game. I apologize.
Okay. No, I don't care about the tutorials, please. It's not like it's dialogue or something.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I didn't notice, but are there subtitles for the cutscenes and things?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I might not be fast on the what do you call it? Unmuting.
Yeah, no, there are subtitles for the cutscenes, and that's 90% of the budget you're ignoring. Yeah. Don't worry. There's so much more. Oh boy, now I can use arts. Great.
Arts, finally.
Now,
Kinda already making me want to play the first one.
according to what I've heard, this game has the most engaging combat system once you've unlocked all of its features.
You know, 6 hours in, you still stick with it long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extra! Hey, Noah! Do that again for me! Hey! I'm here! You're on fire, lad! Nice! That's what
Are the features arbitrarily locked, or can you naturally, organically level up into them depending on how much you grind?
Naturally. Organically.
Oh, uh-oh.
What the fuck do those words mean? No, you unlock this shit through plot progression. And the very last one, the one that lets you like string arts together regardless of their like tier, you just kind of unlock that with like, it's so fucking random. It's like some completely unrelated plot point, and the game is like, oh, by the way, you can just do combos whenever now, it's fine. And like at that point, the game's fun. I think that's like chapter 5? Maybe chapter 6? Yeah.
Not to say that Xenoblade, the first combat system, like, took off and was, like, super, like, fast-paced or engaging immediately, but, like, I feel like it progressed with your understanding of it without too much handholding,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a serviceable combat system.
That
Didn't
Trish's
really...
team?
I was
Uni.
fine, I enjoyed it.
How are things with Kite? What about our backup?
Oh no, the front line.
Looks like they're busy guarding the artillery. They're not going anywhere.
I don't know, man. You can see them as well as I can.
Now it's us.
How do they look to you?
Why did he need a report from her?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Let's go! If the front line breaks, we're all dead!
But the position!
It's one of those things where it's like, this story was written about the military by someone who's probably never served in a military.
Japan's not allowed to have one, so that's honestly, I guess, excusable.
Just
but
hire
nah,
a-
I've never served in the military, and I can write a more fucking engaging team format than that.
Get a consultant.
Yeah, get a fucking consultant, or you know what? Read a fucking book.
You've got... I know Japan doesn't have its own military, but it has US military bases. You could definitely hire someone to consult.
They have, I feel like they do, it's just not, I don't know the details of it, but they do have,
They've probably got like a defense force or something.
yeah, but they're not allowed to have like an active, go out and about. As far as I understand it, which I don't know.
Oh my goodness, so many tutorials.
Let's see. Xenoblade Chronicles 1's combat started off pretty fucking terrible. It was slow, but I don't think for getting the nuances of the system, which weren't that much. But yeah, it was...
I'm gonna pull up the stream on my phone so I can look at the chat.
Okay.
And also...
I could read what's being said if you want.
No, it's fine.
These look like they recharge on auto attack at different rates.
Oh, it wants me to use my talent. Whoops.
Whoops. Wait, what if you just let it die without doing that?
I don't know. I don't think it would.
Well, then the health was going down.
Yeah, it would probably just stay at like 1 HP. So Forte says, it looks like they recharge on auto attack, just at different rates. No. Agnes auto attack, or Agnes Arts. We're playing as Agnes motherfuckers right now. Blue team. Blue team Arts recharge on a timer. So I can't show you right now because I don't have access to the menu. But you can look and see exactly how long it takes for each art to recharge. Agnes, whatever.
Okay, if I chat in the stream chat... Oh, okay, it's still with me.
Oh, I need to get off of
Oh, me too! Fucking top chat. Hello, what do you think of Xenoblade so far? I like the first one. I hate the second one. And I don't know much about this one. That's why we're here today.
I think it is a game that I could see myself playing to completion.
It is the most game of all time.
It's the game I've played today.
That's a very safe answer, and I like it a lot. Oh no. Oh, the horror of war. This is terrible. Aren't these people all clones?
Yeah, but they don't know that.
They're just stormtroopers. Who cares? Like,
They don't know that,
none of
and we don't know
these
that
people-
yet.
But the thing is, okay, here's my problem, is we're trying to make this scene all emotional and shit. The one guy's helmet flying off, and like him being an anime character underneath there, I guess is kind of effective. Like, that's the most effective part here, but all of these other people are just stormtroopers, and we've got the characters we're actually supposed to care about here in the helmetless, unique outfit troop, and it's like, okay. The distinction is so there. It's hard to care about any of these fucking faceless stormtroopers because you're already setting it up that these are the characters we're supposed to be caring about.
Yeah,
visually
see,
represented.
Fen, right now that's intentional. They want you to think like, okay, we've got a good side and an evil side. The white guys are the bad guys, and we're killing them all. Cool.
Oh, they are?
No. But we don't know that yet.
No, I can't tell who the bad guy is. Everybody's in a fucking helmet.
They're the bad guys because we're fighting them.
Oh, I thought the black guys were just as bad as, like, I mean, I guess your mouth is uncovered.
So
but the bad
you've-
guys
you've got
also
the
look just as bad as
unfortunate-
the good guys.
You've got the unfortunate position of knowing more of the plot than the game has told you at this point, which I think is kind of coloring
I'm
your
gonna be-
opinions.
I'm gonna be honest, it was 3 a.m. I don't remember much. Like, this situation is obviously... Okay, here's the thing. Even if I didn't know that this is just war is terrible, we're in Gundam, they're laying up the dead bodies so fucking much. I'm like, okay, war is the real monster. This is the message, is that war is the real monster. Because, like, I can't actually tell. Okay, so the good guys are dressed in black. We're on black team.
No, they're
I
not.
guess. Really?
It's more of a
I can't tell
dark
what
blue.
side's which. So I don't even know who's the bad guy or who's
Well,
supposed to be the bad guy.
So, like, the game starts up, and you're supposed to just assume that the bad guys are the ones you're killing, because you're on the good side, right? Like,
We're killing... Okay, so we're killing the... No, I never assume shit like that, because that's how they try to trick you, but it's kind of cheap.
See, now we're finding out here that, like, there's some weird clone shit going on. They're turning shrimps into humans.
Oh no. Shrimps. Wow, that was fast.
Every one of us is born looking like this,
Now, it's a little bit...
as soldiers, as weapons for slaying Agnians. Yes.
Oh, they're not the Agnians. They're the
all of
fucking...
us live only.
Oh, they're Kevis. Kevis is what they are, yeah.
All these cute anime children. War is hell.
I forget the names of the teams because it doesn't matter.
They do print these children as kids, you're right.
Melia's sister.
Nice one, lads.
Wait, the Empire's keeping the
Too
land
early
life
for
of
that.
technology.
Look, it's you
Wait,
they're
the
after
Empire is
here.
just starting.
Just take out their attackers
I
and
mean,
we're
it was a
golden.
little bit
gonna
different
get
in
it
the first
handed to 'em.
Xenoblade. Because in the first Xenoblade, the enemies that came to attack us were all just giant monsters.
slippery as
that
Noah
didn't
sometimes.
really, like, they were all just giant monsters. But there's totally little human-shaped people on the enemy side here, so it's like, huh? And we're showing just as many of their dead bodies as our dead bodies. So it's obviously saying something a little bit different this time.
Yeah, see, I got the distinction that we were the good guys in Xenoblade 1 because the other guys were like robots and they just seemed to be killing people for fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't show, like, all the horrors of war, oh no, the poor Mechon, it's like...
Like, yeah, part of the message here is that there are humans on both sides.
Yeah.
But,
So I don't necessarily know if we're the good guys because it's made that up front to begin with.
well, no, but we're the guy, we are the side that we want to win because we're on that side.
I don't know if I want us to win because I don't trust the writers.
Well, I want
I
us
don't
to
trust
win
the
because
writers.
if we don't win, then the game ends.
No, not necessarily. It depends on what the writer wants to pull.
I think you're thinking about it a little bit too much.
I always think about things too much, which is why regular shit doesn't work on me, and I hate everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Cheers for that.
They probably fed Noah gunpowder.
Oh no. No.
Sparking dead weight.
See, that's... I probably should play Metal Gear Solid, because like that shit, I
Change of
wouldn't
plan.
be able to guess any
Tight.
fucking thing.
Mm.
I don't think I'd be able to, not for the fucking...
Whatever
I
you
can't
want.
take any of it seriously, mind you, but...
Go ballistic. Just
I
draw
think
their attention.
it would keep you guessing just because it's all fucking
We're over
nonsense.
here.
Yeah, that's
Is that
kind of my
lame
problem
duck?
with it.
And yeah, Forte, I agree. It's smart to make you root for the people you're playing as, because then, if you find out later that, you know, whatever cause your characters were fighting for is incorrect or wrong, or needs to be, you know, changed, then it feels like, whoa, there's a twist. But if you don't establish that, like what happens here, then it just kind of doesn't have the same impact.
Well, it's like, why do I care? Why do I care? Why do I care? Even in Xenoblade 1, where it's like, okay, well, I don't know Schultz, he's kind of weird, Ryan's kind of weird and annoying. Even if I don't like these characters, it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Now, I will say that even though I don't give a shit about these characters, like, they maybe are trying to make me care about these characters, and this crazy Splatoon
can we
laser
flank
tag
him?
thing that's going on here, I really just don't care about any of these characters that much, because they don't appeal to me. But I am kind of curious what the fuck is going on, like, the world's lore itself. So this is a bunch of boring shit I don't care about I'm sitting through, but I would play the game to
They're
find
not
out
in
what the
their
fuck
usual formation.
the overarching lore is.
Well, I think what they are trying to do here is draw a connection, or try to connect you to the characters themselves, because you don't want to be connected to the team that they are a part of. But it's, I don't know. They also are trying to make you interested in the world, which, you know, is a separate thing.
I don't care that you were good.
Tough guy, but you can't hold out forever.
But the fat kid is so tragic.
I just...
He's so fat.
He should get his fucking hair out of his face. This isn't the military academy.
Don't you feel bad for the fat kid? He's getting picked on to
I
death.
wish, yeah, maybe all this exercise would help him out one of these days, but I really just don't care about him right now.
I mean, the fat kid wasn't in the tutorial battles, so
They want to take you out the running.
maybe it's right not to care about him.
Only a healer?
He's just bad at his job.
Nothing spot.
Everybody targets the healer, though. At least this is realistic.
Why would you?
No, his hands. What do you mean, why would you? It's team training. This is his job.
Yeah, buddy, it's my job to fucking defend.
It's his job to be a tank. What do you mean? Why would you? I don't know. Cheap.
Holy shit, the healing beam.
Now you can carry on.
Why did he have to run away to do that?
So that he would die far enough away from the tank so that, I don't know.
Oh no.
It's
that
tragic.
kid died? Yeah, you should have done that much sooner, and you should have stayed put so you could stay behind him and not. Why did you do that?
Yeah, the
Why
fat
was
kid
that
doesn't know what he's
tragic?
doing.
Fat kid's a fucking idiot. Why was that supposed to be emotional? Look, he's fine.
Yeah, I feel like the lore, what's it called? The characterization is kind of lopsided here, because you find out later, like much later, like 60 hours later, that the kid doesn't attend basic training. Like he doesn't, he just hangs out in the barracks all day,
Yeah, but still.
which would have been good to,
Killed for it.
like,
Come on.
contextualize before showing this scene, where he fucks up their group exercise.
My problem is he
You know
was
who
trying
wasn't
to
up to
protect
it?
you. How?
We weren't.
How was he trying
Yeah,
to protect
but
you
just
by
stop
running
it.
away so that he could get attacked
No
before
more
using the healing
arguing.
beam? He
It's
should have
my
just
fault.
you
I
you
should've
don't shove a medic up a
just done a
heavy's
better
ass and then the
job.
medic like charges
we'd have
forward
won.
into the fray. The
Hey.
medic stays behind the heavy.
So much for getting to the final, huh?
What was he thinking?
Yeah, exactly. Like, he doesn't know basic tactics because he didn't go to school.
Okay, but you don't have to know
I'm
basic
so
tactics to know that, okay, this
sorry.
tank is a tank.
Do we know that you don't have to know that? We don't know what kind of common sense they have. They've been raised. They've been raised as child
It's your
soldiers.
second term, right? Remember?
Yeah. Okay, but like it's an instinct to hide behind things.
A win would
Unless
have been
these
a
are
nice
alien
surprise.
babies that have no
Lance was
sense
pretty
of
fired up too,
self-preservation
weren't ya?
whatsoever, which obviously they do because they're scared in combat situations.
Cut it out.
The first instinct you have is to cower behind something that can
Hey.
shield you and protect you from danger. Babies
You'll
and
apologize,
kittens and shit
right?
have that instinct. There's something wrong with that kid.
Yeah, there is something
There's
wrong with that
something
kid. You're right.
Really wrong with that
Each
kid,
have a
and it's
lifespan of
not.
10 years.
That kid's
Oh,
fucked up.
We call them terms.
These things don't
Life
have
begins
common
with our
sense
first
or
term
OD.
and
Like,
ends
it,
at the
like,
close of our
could they
10th.
not have come up with something more
Over the course of
relatable
those
or
10 years,
like I wish
we
that
fight
weird gray kid had
continually.
punched the shit out of him. He deserves it.
Though in reality, there aren't that many.
Don't worry
who can
about
hold
it.
their
He'll-
flame
you'll-
for the
No!
whole 10 years.
He'll punch him later, I promise.
I cannot not worry about
Before
that.
they
That was
reach year
terrible,
10.
and I don't understand what they're
But
trying to
those
convey
who
with it.
do survive
Well, they were. I think
then,
all that scene was really trying to convey was that these are
Our
child
officers
soldiers. They've been
say
trained since they were kids.
we
It
call
was
it
very detailed and convoluted for
homecoming.
that.
It also wanted to show you the fat kid, because these guys have a connection to the fat kid. I don't know if it's necessarily important that the
That kid's so
player
stupid.
has a connection to the fat kid,
I love that kid.
but I think it's important to show that all of these characters have a vested interest in the fat kid.
Why?
Get a move.
Maybe
I
we'll
have a
find
vested
out.
Interest in the fat kid who is
Quick,
so
we're gonna miss the
terrible.
homecoming.
I just think fat kid should have stayed behind the tank.
You're right. The fat kid should have stayed behind the tank.
First
I
one they've
hate the
ever
fat
had
kid.
here, right?
Me
Did
too.
those people just?
Yeah, isn't it
I
awesome?
must have seen that incorrectly. I'll accept the. Oh, okay, good. They did go down. There's a staircase. I thought I was seeing things.
Yeah, you're probably hallucinating.
Fucking starting to see things that aren't there in my endless rage. I'm having an aneurysm.
Yeah, I think you need to calm down.
No! The fat kid should have stayed behind the tank.
Bro, the fat kid doesn't fucking matter.
The fat kid matters to me. Oh no, it's Magashi.
This guy's got red armor. You know he's the real deal. Look, it's Melia's sister again.
He looks like that one guy. He looks like that one
Whoa.
Pokemon.
Even the
The fuck
queen's
is
come
that
out.
one Pokemon, oh no.
So that's Her
It
Majesty,
is
huh?
Melia's sister. She's even got the stupid hair curls.
I've never seen her before.
You know, it's pretty insensitive of Nintendo to put this game out
Oh.
with the queen in it
It's the queen.
right after the queen died.
What? They announced a special edition in honor of the queen.
The fact that the Mechonis had an actual civilization and that there's almost none of them because the thing you're living on is a bastard is an effective plot point. Because you saw the atrocities that they committed. You have to ask yourself if it's fair retaliation for people who have no idea because they aren't fucking immortal.
Yeah. We're assuming that everybody knows the entire plot of Xenoblade.
Yeah,
Chronicles.
dude, I stopped
Which
playing
one does
Xenoblade like
not?
10 hours in. So, like, I didn't even get to leave Colony 9.
So, like, he doesn't understand the actual revelation that they built up to, or the fucking...
I know that, like, they're people, I guess?
Well, it's... The politics are kind of interesting, actually, but it is a slow burn and kind of boring, I guess.
So
I mean,
cool.
I don't think it's boring, but I guess
I
it's boring
heard the
to some people.
stories, but this is just wild.
Yeah, I thought it was
It's
boring.
very
Be me
slow.
one day.
It's
Just
very
you try
slow.
and
It's
stop
kind.
me.
It's maybe I
You
like
guys
it
too.
because I like Gundam,
You're
and I
totally
like the
making
less
it with me.
action-oriented
Of
Gundam and the more
course.
actual. Like I hated Gundam Wing because it's just bullshit. It's
And
just
you know
bullshit and
her,
all this
right?
nonsensical garbage.
Sure.
But I like slower burn
Yeah.
actual
Yeah.
space politics. There's too
I
much
didn't really
fucking
get any sense of,
meaningless-
like, space politics or anything from the beginning of the game that I played.
Our lives
Not
came
from
It
the
just-
very beginning, but it
and
turns
we all
into
lived
it.
for a chance
Yeah,
to
but,
take
like,
part
you
in
have to
that
know
outcome.
that in order for that to be a driving factor to continue the game.
Return to the
Well, my
Queen's
driving factor in the
embrace,
beginning was
carrying
holy
out 10
shit,
years of service,
murder.
fighting. That
And
There
I
was
was
murder
like,
here.
okay. What murder?
Nobody
These
ever thought to
obviously are
question
clone
it.
children grown in vats that have zero self-preservation instincts. Why do I care about
until
any
that
of them?
day.
Okay, so at the beginning of the game, that wasn't established.
Yeah, it was just established. We
Not
saw
during the
them
murder,
in-
it was after the murder.
What murder?
Okay.
all the troops on the field, but then immediately after that battle scene, even if I'm thinking, oh wow, okay, so a lot of people are dying, we're gonna make a war as hell point, but then I see the clone vats immediately after that, and I'm like, are these
And
people
it's not established
real?
that they're
And
clones.
now I don't really care.
It's just
Well,
that
I
they're
mean-
vat children. They're test tube
But you
babies.
can just, okay, it's not like you took 9 months and had to form a connection with another human being. It's like, boop, baby.
Are
Actually,
those not people?
Boop, adult
Do those
soldier.
not count as human
I
beings
do
just because
not
they
fucking-
didn't grow up in someone's fucking womb?
Well, the self-preservation instinct of the fat kid and the two-dimensionality.
Yeah,
of
God,
all these-
one
Can
fat
you-
kid ruined the
can you
entire
look-
game for this woman. Holy
Can
shit.
you look? No, it's also the hey, Hyentia girl. Can you tell me what those soldiers over there are doing because I'm too fucking dumb and tall to look for myself? Like, it's just the choreography is oof.
It's been 31 minutes worth of game.
Yeah, and I really don't care about any of these people because the game is just there's a million little anime children running around and there's too many of them. I don't care about any of them. I don't know who to care about. None of them are particularly charming.
See, I don't really see any,
I think I like the Nopon's afro the best.
Yeah, the Nopon's pretty cool. I think that the flashback was interesting because it showed, like, the background of the world and why it is the way it is.
Do you have to?
But I didn't get obsessively hung up on the fat
You
kid.
sending those guys off
I
like
mean,
that?
the fat kid is a point,
Why
but
not?
if these children
Why
really
you
don't
like
have
this,
self-preservation instincts,
It's
then
Agnes.
what are they?
That
Are
was
they
just
really
one
just-
supposition of mine to explain why this fat kid made a single bad decision. It could also just be that he is a fat kid, and kids make bad choices.
Okay,
So
but
what?
the thing is,
What is the
There's
thing?
no rule not
The
Tell me
thing
the
is-
thing.
Then what? You're just
if
gonna
it's not, if
keep
there is
going?
not a logical through line to the
don't
decisions
get
being
you,
made, I
Noah.
cannot suspend my
I know
disbelief.
what
Kids don't need logic. They're stupid fucking kids.
No, a logical through line is not somebody
Friend or
thinking
foe,
something through
someone
logically
has to lay
in
them to
character. A
rest.
logical through line is the
Well, that is
natural,
my
most
role
likely
as an
series of events
officer.
that will unfold in a
Right.
series of actions.
Okay, so
It's not the
I'm at a
character
disadvantage here
having
because I
logic.
wasn't paying attention
trying
when
to be
he
anyone specific.
left the tank, but I'm pretty sure he was trying to be a diversion.
Depressing crap.
I
Let's head back and hit the
guess
showers.
so, but I don't because he beat
all
a diversion
bunched up
and then
with
healed the
blood and
tank to
sweat.
full health. Why didn't he just heal the tank to full health
By
while being behind the
transport.
tank and keep
If
doing
we
that
missed
over
it
and
again.
Oh,
Why
bollocks.
didn't why? Because he could have been because by
Noah
doing oh
always
my
does
god,
this.
it's just
How many
it's just
times
dumb.
is it we've had to walk home now?
I'll accept the fat kid made a stupid mistake, but nobody else is that stellar at this point either. It's like
So at this point,
man.
we have been left behind on the battlefield because Noah wanted to see off all of the soldiers and not just their own, which caused us to miss the bus home.
Okay, Noah's special.
Maybe special in the head.
Yeah, there's gonna be something with Noah. He's such a tender, compassionate fellow. Something terrible's gonna happen to him. I mean,
Whoa! Check this place out.
it feels heavy-handed. I don't know.
What feels
All right, let's
heavy-handed?
head back to Colony 9.
We've gotta see off all of the dead.
Well, that's his job. He's an officer.
Okay.
He
Wait,
just
But so they left him behind anyway. Wait, Noah
No,
is the
so-
ponytail kid, right?
Yeah. So
Okay, I thought-
Noah's job is to see off Kevis soldiers because he's on the Kevis team.
Okay.
He was seeing off all of the soldiers because I guess there wasn't a officer for the other team, possibly because he got killed. Everyone else is like, "Why are you doing this for the enemy soldiers? Doesn't make any sense." Noah's like, "But they're people too."
Well, wait, what? Okay, so what's an officer do?
Officers do like a special ritual to like dissolve bodies. It's part of their like weird pseudo religion.
Okay, so bodies dissolve. Immediately?
Yeah, when he toots at them.
And so he toots at people and they just immediately turn to dirt.
No, they turn into sparkles too.
Okay, dirt and sparkles. So you're telling me these are real people?
Make me yawn
Yeah.
myself to death.
What?
Here we go, guys.
Okay.
Let's give him the
I think this is gonna be more like a machine analogy about like is the AI intelligent enough? Because I'm just like dirt sparkles and magic tooting, and these people were grown like that instantly. I don't understand. I really don't understand how I'm supposed to have people. I mean, I guess I'll be interested to see them make the case.
I don't think they've shown us why the world is the way it is. No, they've just shown us what the world is.
Here we go, guys.
Let's give him the usual, Noah.
Well, butterflies
Come here! I got something for you!
I think that would be a new step in technology is during the crazy cutscenes. If I wasn't paying attention and y'all already did this, that'd be neat. But like, the local wildlife is getting in trouble too during the war
What am I
cutscenes.
gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death?
I don't know where the local wildlife was during the whole war that just happened. I think they probably wizened up and fucked off.
That's what I want to see.
Here we go, guys.
Let's give him the usual, Noah.
We got the
So
initiative!
if he's shooting for the enemy team, is there like it just turns soldiers into dirt and sparkles and that's it?
It's a little bit hard to explain without, like, explaining it incorrectly, because I don't want to say, like, one thing incorrectly and then have it get brought up later as, like, oh, well, you said this.
Okay. But like, is that the only thing you get out of it, or is there some other reason also?
We aced that one.
Well, it's like a morale thing.
Here we go, guys.
Let's give him the usual, Noah.
In the game, it's explained as the soldiers feel better when they know that they go somewhere after they die. So, like, seeing it, like, seeing the sparkly motes flying up into the sky, there's, like, an effect of, like, ah, yes, they are going to whatever afterlife there is, or something to that effect.
Something a bit meatier.
Weird. Okay, so
Guys, get ready to
what are
fight.
what's the call again? The Toot Man. I'm just calling him Toot Man.
Yeah, just call them a Toot Man. It's
Are
fine.
Toot Mans rare, or are they?
I think
You can just make them, and they're just as rare as any other. They're probably
Each-
another soldier.
each colony is supposed to just have, like, one or two. Because, like, they train in pairs. And then they are given bodyguards. So they're, like, semi-important.
Are they harder to make?
Well, they have to have special training. They aren't made separately.
Okay. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. I guess they do have to
What
give
am I
them
gonna
music
do?
lessons.
Make me yawn
Yeah.
myself to death?
So, like, throughout the game, you'll see cutscenes where Noah, the main character, is hanging out with his senior, the guy who trained him.
Sorry. I just kind of think, like, Noah seems like he's kind of better at fighting, or just as good at fighting, so it kind of makes me think maybe they should just train more of these guys, because they seem to do just as good, if not better, than the rest of these faceless stormtroopers in black.
I don't think they get any special combat training.
No pun. Yeah, but the flute training doesn't seem to have, like, hurt his combat abilities, so they'd probably be able to clean up faster if they had more than just one guy doing all the...
Well, maybe it's a matter of efficiency. Maybe it would
Well-
take more effort to train everyone to toot, and then you'd have to be like, okay, well, these people are tooting here, these people are tooting here.
Yeah, but at the same time, if they just trained everybody to toot a little, you know, then we could, like, wrap up in a single mass toot, and we could all go home at the same time. And, like, what happens if your single tutor dies? You're in trouble if you can't.
Congrats on spoiling yourself.
What happened?
And I think that, yes, the takeaway is that Lanz is a machina.
He's a robot?
All of the Keves people are based on races in Xenoblade 1. All of the Agnes people are based on
Oh.
Xenoblade 2.
So he is a robot. I thought he was just a Goron or something. Okay, well, that makes sense. I kind of suspected because everybody else here is
Well, they refer to them all as humans, so...
That's very weird. Are they actually different species, or are they just like...
Doesn't matter.
Is this...
Such is the
I mean,
Overseer's
it
duty.
might matter, because if they're just fake these races and not really these races, they're just like little dolls this queen is growing in a tank to have fun with, and that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that would be
And-
weird.
Might matters. Dr. Doom toots as he pleases. What was that? You got something for tooting at that guy.
Yeah, I got some reputation.
Reputation. Is that a palpable currency?
No.
Oh, okay.
Better give it a good once over.
A
Here we go,
human with
guys.
Machina
Let's give him the
traits?
usual, Noah.
We got the
That's
initiative.
kind of
I'm all for
weird.
it. Right over here.
Like permanent, like,
You're a lifesaver.
does he have high defense? Is he a Goron?
He's literally the tank.
So he's high...
How easy was
High
that?
defense
Right.
man.
Let's
He's
push on.
mine.
Here we go, guys.
Let's give him the usual, Noah.
We got the initiative.
Nice one, Wamba.
Come here. I got something for you. Thanks. Right in glass. Hey, this isn't too bad.
Nice one, Wamba.
Crush down. Stopping you, lad.
I mean, I think it's fine to consider 2 and 3 derivative spin-offs that aren't technically... I mean, well, 2 kind of has lore that matches up as part of the universe. This one might have lore that matches up as part of the universe. I'm fine with separating the actual game, because I can't stand Rex or fucking Peter Pan. But the lore of Xenoblade 2 actually is like, okay, if this was a book and it was about the lore and not about these characters, I'm fine, kinda. It's kinda interesting. So maybe this has lore that I care about.
From what I've read, the endings of the games kind of connect all the games together.
So,
But is
when's
it like a
the battle
multiverse
happening?
thing and this is just a different continuity?
I don't know if answering that would be a spoiler or not.
Enough for our daily
Oh,
hygiene
okay.
needs, eh?
Actively contradictory
No, it's no
lore?
substitute for a proper bath.
Why would you spoil yourself like that? I want to be mad at the end of the game. We still have to go through it.
Sounds like you're mad now. What would the difference be?
I'm not mad. I'm just yelling at a video game. I yell at basically all video games like this.
Yeah, it just sounds like this is a shitty franchise for Tank. With one good game.
Well, yeah, it's a shitty. Yeah, that's true. I don't. What's a franchise I actually really care about? Pokemon started me along for a really long time. I guess now I'm interested in Digimon.
Enemy's broken away from me. Hey, come here. I got something for you. You're a lifesaver. Ground beat. Nothing go. Hey, eyes here. You're on fire, lad. Break. Topple. That was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Here we go, guys.
Let's give him the usual, Noah.
We got the initiative. Nice one, Wamba.
I don't know if it's military regulation to absolutely fucking murder every woodland creature on your way home, but
It's because I'm just that good.
probably wouldn't hurt.
Free training that the barracks didn't have to sponsor. That's money saved, so you're good.
Yeah, there you go.
Material collection.
Come on, keep going.
I'm thinking about
what
it.
What are you gonna do? Make me
The
yawn
beginning of the
myself
game
to
that
death?
showed all that shit just getting teleported out of existence in like circular patterns, was that a weapon that we saw being used, or is that a phenomenon that was not explained?
Now to run.
That's a good question.
Okay, so I'm gonna suspect something based on that.
Well, they
I mean, like, I could tell you the
gonna
answer
write
to
something
that,
down.
but if you want to find out naturally through the game,
I wouldn't mind finding out. I might, whatever makes you happy, because I am. I can't take this game too seriously. I just don't like the characters very much.
that's okay.
The style really does, like the
Noah. Lance
anime
wants something
style
a bit
really does
meatier.
kind of damage it for
They're
me.
from Colony 9. Noah,
Not
will you do
too
the
much,
honors?
actually, as much as I thought it would. But when I say the anime style, it's like the interactions are weird. Everybody standing around talking about don't punch the poor fat kid. He was doing his best, and I'm not really that invested in the fat kid. I'm sorry.
I mean, the fat kid's not here, so...
Bonnets again!
I'm pretty invested in the fat kid, but not that invested in the fat kid. I will keep bringing the fat kid to the rest of the game.
Well, that's good, because the game sure won't.
Oh, damn it! Why was he so
Strike the enemy with the sword strike!
I thought we had history with that kid, and he showed up in like 2 cutscenes, and he was important.
Oh yeah, he's important.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking
Is he
about!
gonna...
How easy was that? What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself?
I knew the
Self to
fat
death.
kid.
One of the biggest complaints I have about this game is that it'll bring something up or it'll show you something and then it will let you forget about that thing before it brings it up again.
I mean, I don't mind that, because, I mean, if it's elegant or done well, and it comes back in a way that's like, oh my gosh, that's right,
dude,
then,
all
like,
right
that's
here.
good. It's really good when you do something like that. Like, I don't know, having the revelation at the end of, I can't really think of... Yep, head empty. I can't think of any media franchises right now. I'm tired.
There's Colony 9.
If we get to this point
My Chronicles X.
today...
Always a welcome sight.
What?
Xenoblade Chronicles X, Floof Tungsten.
They're from Colony 9. Noah,
I didn't play that one.
Will you
It's
do
the
the
one that I
honors?
was the most interested in besides the first Xenoblade. What point we get to today, Whoopi?
If we get to the point I want to talk about today, I will point it out, because there's one instance I'm thinking of that is especially egregious. So I'll point it out today, and then 4 months from now, when we actually get to the point where it's brought up again, I will remind
Okay.
you.
Cool. Hey, you tooted and that guy didn't vanish.
Yeah, he'll take a while.
Well, okay. What happens if you toot
Here we
someone
go,
that
guys.
isn't dead?
Let's give him the
That's a good
usual,
question.
Noah.
We got the initiative.
Okay.
Nice one, Wamba.
I got something for you!
Thanks.
Do you ever find out the answer to that question?
We've got them pinned down.
I'm sitting here trying to remember if that ever actually gets brought up or answered.
It's probably not.
I know that
Let's push on.
you can toot at things that aren't necessarily human or
Here we
sentient,
go, guys.
Let's give him
and
the
they will
usual,
still
Noah.
produce sparkles, which I feel like kind of implied that the sparkles are really just hocus pocus bullshit. But, I don't know.
That was over way too soon!
Hear that, Noah? Lance
I
wants
would
something a
like
bit
to play
meatier.
Xenoblade Chronicles X because I like character customization. In fact, I'll just customize a character, and I don't even have to play the game. It's fine.
The customization isn't really that great.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really invest, because I figured, okay, well, with the way, like, it looked like, I don't trust anything anymore. I'm just not that interested.
Yeah,
The environmental design is very nice.
Yeah, it's a very pretty looking game. I like flying around on a robot. Its gameplay is just about as shitty as all the rest of the Xenoblade Chronicles games.
Yeah.
Like, it is not standout in that sense at all.
Like, I like seeing all of these, like, right now in this cutscene, I like seeing all of this, like, gritty stuff and the nice, and then these fucking Lucky Star-ass character models. It's just, it feels like the new Pokemon, Scarlet and Violet or whatever. Seeing this cartoon-ass fucking Nickelodeon Pokemon standing in the middle of a photorealistic field is the most jarring shit.
Yeah, see, it just doesn't bother me that much.
Ugh, I can't, I hate it.
Like, it does not bother me. I don't understand why people are like, oh my god, it's anime, it's bad. Like, I
Okay.
get not liking the art style. Like, I understand that.
Yeah, it's a level of anime. Here's the best way I can explain it. I was thinking about fucking whatever the fuck Vedlem's playing lately. The the
Genshin
Arc Knights
Impact?
yeah, Genshin Impact, nah. Genshin Impact at least is like stylistically consistent with itself. The world is cell shaded. It looks consistent completely. Genshin Impact is actually have less of a problem with it than I have with
Finally, I can soak my
Arc
worries
Knights,
away.
which has a lot of cool designs in it. Very gritty. I like gritty designs, and I like the photorealistic, and I like the you know, the dark looking stuff. And then half of the characters have these really cool, like well thought out, fully equipped military gear and equipment. It's all really gritty and it's great. And then there's just this fucking goofy ass doe-eyed cat girl head sticking out of it at the top. And it's like, okay, some people like the juxtaposition probably. They're like, oh, beautiful, cute, sparkly anime girl covered in heavy-duty army equipment. That's probably what they like. But for me, it's like seeing like a Warhammer 40k Space Marine and there's a fucking Twilight Sparkle sticker on the front.
Yeah, see,
I just don't like it.
I don't even... It doesn't even strike me as a juxtaposition. Like, it just... Like, okay, it's got... The world isn't, like, super stylized, I guess. Like,
Well, it strikes me...
I don't even know where to begin the thought process.
It's because of the way the first Xenoblade... Like, the first Xenoblade's art direction, they looked anime, but it was so different. Now it's like... It really has been simplified and dumbed down to this kind of, like, really... like, cartoonier, simplified version of the anime. I probably would not hate this just looking at it. I'm not impressed by the story, but I wouldn't hate just looking at these fucking
Here we go, guys.
cartoony, doe-eyed anime people as much. If, you know, they weren't cartoony, doe-eyed anime people in this gritty reality. Now, if the story's really fucking good, I could get past that. But the inconsistency bothers me. And I don't like Lucky Star, and I don't like the Lucky Star shoujo anime style, dumbed down anime style, and I really miss the original grittier Xenoblade characters because the style was kind of unique, and I really, really liked it. So I feel like I've lost that, which kind of puts points against the subsequent Xenoblade games for me.
Yeah, that sucks.
It looks like an anime mod for Skyrim, yeah! Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. But so far, the characters seem kind of dumb, and I think there's a reason for that. I'll give that. Maybe they're not that dumb, but the choreography is also not.
Okay, time for the bath scene.
What?
Time to get naked.
Okay, how are they gonna handle this? How's this gonna go? I'm bracing for the worst, but maybe. Oh no. Oh god, the full nudity on the no pun. You can't show that on YouTube. Where's the censor bar?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really like how Xenoblade 1 looked. I thought it was ugly. I don't necessarily like the anime aesthetic, but it's easier to not be distracted by how ugly it is.
You know how you became an officer
That's just
after what
the
happened?
models being low quality, but I really like if you look at the art, at the drawings and stuff.
Okay, but the drawings aren't what I'm looking at in the game.
Yeah.
But that's not. See, that's the thing is that maybe people not being able to bridge the gap between what it was supposed to look like and what they had available at the time is why
Does
now
it
that they have what
still
they
hurt?
now that they have the technology that could bridge the gap, they've switched to something
No.
shittier.
I just,
Say I'm totally over
I don't know, it doesn't bother me.
But I'm
And
getting
in, like, I'm not, if I see a game that's ugly, I'm not going to go online and look up concept art and be like, oh, well, it might be ugly in game, but it's representative of something cool. Like, no, it's ugly in game. I don't want to look at it.
I didn't really
Both
think
for
it was
me
that bad for the era.
and those sent on.
also, what else they were doing with it was pretty good.
Mm,
I liked the environmental design, and I liked how big
Anyway,
the fields
worry
were,
about
and
him.
getting to explore all that, which I like exploring.
Thank you
all
for your service, Forte.
Oh no. I wonder what happened to that gnat in
Poor
our
guy.
house.
Pushes himself too hard.
what can we do?
It did?
He's been
Maybe
like
I'm
this
just
for
used to
ages.
old games. You know what? It's me. I have a problem. I like shitty art in games. I like the old N64 bullshit.
He never
Yeah,
got to
old good, new bad.
They
apologise,
did focus on the
so,
environment though,
You know,
which I guess maybe you're supposed to focus on the environment.
You guys talking about the battle? Don't worry about the bonus points. because I'll have
I didn't
nabbed them
remember the
all.
character model as being that bad,
The
but if I look
snuff
back
you're
on it, it's like
I'll
N64
have you
Nest.
know I clocked up a fair bit more.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm the one who took the heavy off its hinges. They give you loads of points.
Ooh, big deal. If that heel had
Yeah.
come a few seconds later, you'd be sleeping in the dirt.
Yeah, no, that was part
So
of
the first time I saw this scene, I was like, oh, hey, they're
just
just
felt like
completely
giving you the
sidestepping the
credit.
whole
Don't
anime trope
worry.
of being bashful in
Thank me
the
later.
bathhouse together.
Do they even
You're
have
a
genitals?
right
They're
Muppet,
pod
Lance.
people.
Yeah, that was what I was sitting here asking myself, like, do these people have cocks and
All right,
balls?
then. Off to
But
bed with me.
later,
Yeah,
after some things
All that
happen,
walking's really done a number on me.
it
I'm sorry.
changes.
Come
So maybe they
on,
just grow
let's
cocks and
go.
balls.
Yeah.
What? But wait, she obviously has tits.
I might
That
get
would be a
confidence
bit
on idea
weird.
before I kid.
Okay, so they couldn't get away with that.
You're being very
But
diligent.
it could be like a Garden of Eden thing. Like,
Yeah,
once
that's-
you've gained the knowledge of whatever the fuck, you then know to be ashamed of it.
It's a really subtle thing, though, so I'm not really convinced that they were going for that.
Mm.
But, I mean, you know, we'll come upon that and you can offer your own opinions then.
She already has tits, so if it was a they lack sex organs, then why?
Well, then it could just be that they don't know to have shame.
Which is an interesting concept. I mean, if you're gonna explore a concept like that, but not actually like put in the effort to have it actualized consistently across all of the
Why?
characters involved in it,
No idea.
that
We
confuses
better take
me.
a look.
So I don't know if it could be that.
To get to the assembly
is funny
point,
to think
we got to run through the Ferronis interior.
I think no one knows that, Lance.
I don't know how much I want to actually talk about it though. It's kind of. Yeah, these characters don't.
Remind me, what are we lining up for
Look-
here?
Royal
I think
decree
they
from the
look
castle.
less bad. I
They
still
say an enemy
still get it
armored unit's
sometimes,
approaching
but let's
this
just say
area.
I am
Come on,
less
man.
bugged out
I
by
just got to
3's
sleep
aesthetic than
and
I am bugged
everything.
out by 2's aesthetic.
Friend's fault for
See, I
staying
feel
up.
like 3 just kept
And whose
consistent
fault
with
was
what
it I
2
couldn't
looked like.
sleep?
Like, I could
I
see
asked
all
you
of
to do the
2's
maintenance on my
characters in
power
this
frame,
world
but you
fitting
totally messed
in
up my
well
settings.
enough.
Uh-huh.
Their outfits
guess
would be
so.
outlandish.
That probably
Okay,
different
so
frame.
everybody in 2 could
Riku
fit
was
in
popular
3
guy.
way better
Crushed
than
my
everybody
weight
in
of
2 could
fans
fit in,
asking to do
even if it was
favors.
upscaled and properly faithful to the
Sometimes
art
mix up
style of 1.
orders.
Well, no,
Yes.
the definitive
If you can't figure
version
out
of
who's
1
why not fix
makes their
myself?
art style consistent.
That's
I
why
know,
didn't
but I
get any
mean
sleep,
the
furball.
original
I'm
art
here to
style. If
announce
it was
today's
scaled up
mission.
and done justice, none of these people would belong in that universe.
You have one target. It's currently on course for the suppression area here. Judging from the mass, it's expected to be large in size.
I can't believe
And based
they
on
stole the
speed,
concept of
we estimate
iPhones
it will
straight
reach the
out of
Alfeto Valley
Futurama.
at 0100 hours. Notably, the target's emitting a considerable amount of ether energy. As for your mission, deploy at the canyon by the designated time. Investigate
Yeah, they
and
have some
destroy
shit
the
embedded in
source
their
of
eyes,
ether.
apparently, I think. Because
Yeah.
in the beginning cutscene,
One
when they were
question.
running, we saw like this
Go.
light fill
About
half
this
circle
target,
around their pupils.
Can we assume it's from Agnes?
So there's something going on
We
with their
don't know.
eyes. They've got some kind of weird
We haven't been
implant where
able to
maybe they
confirm,
are just all
but it seems
artificially
that they're
manufactured
also
hive mind
gunning
people.
for it. This would
They've got,
suggest it should be seen
computers
as
in their
part
eyes.
of a different
Okay, so
enemy
they've got
force.
computers in their eyes. They're Hupstima.
And
Combat Agnian troops in
their
the
flame
area is also
clocks
expected.
are
Details of
visibly,
Central Iris after deployment.
like, distinguishable
Clear?
in
You
their
are to
eyes
remain vigilant
sometimes.
throughout the operation. Dismissed.
Oh, so it's like sometimes it's a convenient timer. How do you check that? Can they make it appear if they want to? Or
I think
does it
that
just
it's
happen?
implied that it's visible at all times, but since the game runs on the Switch and processing moving textures is hard work, they just only show it when it's relevant.
Well, the way they could fix that is they could just have, like, wait, moving textures processing. Why would that be a problem?
That's the joke.
They could.
It's just a dig at the Switch, Fen. Please don't overthink it.
I can't help it.
I'm sure that they could have made one of every single motherfucker's eyes shimmer all the time, showing exactly where their colony's flame clock is. Updated in real time, that you could zoom in on their face and check out.
Well, yeah, the way you fix that is just have like 3 or 4 of these flame clock textures, and you just have them switch once in a while, like
Yeah,
Mario
but-
blinking.
but
It's
they
like the
didn't do
blinking
that.
thing.
Ourselves kitted out with some good gear for the road ahead.
It's just like a blinking loop, but with a, flame clock. Flame clock is the lifespan, right?
Yeah, basically it's the gas tank.
Okay. And different places have different flame clocks? Are these people
Yep.
tied to a...
What to
Wait,
buy?
so there's not one big flame clock, or everyone doesn't have an individual flame clock. There's like places, like a location will have a flame clock, and everyone who's associated with that location has that flame clock time period.
I don't really know exactly how it works because I didn't pay close enough attention, but from what I understand, every colony has a flame clock. Like, that much is very clear. What's not clear is if individuals have flame clocks as well. You see flame clocks on everyone's irises, obviously, and then they also show up on everyone's weapons.
Are these belts flame clocks?
No, those are just power frames.
Okay, so they're just glowy circles.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So does your weapon have a...
Most of them do. I think Noah's specifically does not. Or maybe it does. I'd have to pull it out and look at it.
whip it out?
I don't think I can just whip it out anywhere.
That's not fair.
For the record, the game is making me go through another tutorial showing me how to equip something. In case anyone was keeping track. This is the second time it's told me how to do this.
I feel a bit tougher already. What's with the tattoos on the hands?
So each person has 10 years to live.
I was gonna say, Noah has it on his hand. Dude Man has it on his fucking chin for some reason. I guess because he can't grow a soul patch. And like somebody had it on their arm, I think.
Yeah, they're all in different places.
Okay. Is it a thing
The
that
tattoo-
military gives them?
No, well, no, I think it's, like, birthed onto them. It keeps track of their time limit.
Oh, the tattoo does too, and not just the flame clock?
No, the flame clock is a gas tank.
Uh-huh.
So, like, as things operate, they use up that gas and it has to be replenished. So it does work as a time limit, but one that can be replenished up to a certain point.
Okay, so
The-
the tattoo is the time limit imposed upon them,
Yeah,
regardless of whether they refill their gas tank.
Yeah, the tattoo's the 10-year time limit.
I'm gonna bitch about it for 1 second. I'm gonna make a bad comment about it. I'm gonna say something mean.
Say something mean, go ahead.
If the military's being so fucking evil about this imposed 10-year time limit, why wouldn't there be a uniform location everybody gets barcoded on?
Well, like I said, I think it's a birthmark.
But they manufacture these people in pods.
Yeah, but obviously there's
So-
no, like, standardized appearance
What?
for them.
I mean, you'd think there could be, because they just
Well,
enshrined a
there's...
human.
Actually, there's a... Well, there isn't a
They
good
don't
answer,
have-
but there is an answer for this one. That
Okay.
is kind of, spoilery.
I'll wait for it.
But there is a reason why they don't just, like, pick one standard design to have all their soldiers be printed as.
Well, it's not that it's not that I want there to be a standard design. It's that everybody has a forehead, and that is a very visible location that's easy to access. So if I was a totalitarian fucking Melia's sister dictator bitch growing people in test tubes to fight an endless battle for me, I would want their expiry date to be printed in a very visible location.
And it could just be that they simply don't have the control to do that.
Okay, which is
Like, that's not
an
the
interesting thing to be out of
spoilery...
their control.
Well,
I'm
what,
not hung up
what,
on it,
what
I
are
just
they
like
implying is
discussing
in their control?
I know, but like, what is in their control? They have the power to just boop a human being or a quote-unquote human being into existence, so like they can't choose where the tattoo ends up.
Well, yeah, we have the ability to do that now. We can grow humans in test tubes, but we can't dictate how they look or what features they have.
Yes, we can.
Not with accuracy.
With decent accuracy nowadays. Because the genetics for like what color your hair is gonna be, what color your eyes are gonna be, what your teeth are gonna fucking do, shit like that. We're getting closer and closer to that. I would assume a future magic. I mean, yeah, okay. I'm not actually like at this point. I'm just spitballing and bullshitting. But like, the fact that you can't get this very specific tattoo that is like a fucking racing decal specific to get. You can make it be perfect every single time as a birthmark, but you can't choose where it shows up. I mean, nah, that's funny. Yes, Serenade, I know it's a weird thing to get hung up on, but I like talking about this shit. This is the shit I like talking about, I'm sorry.
So since we've been hung up on birthmarks, they're running us through the tutorial for the Collectopedia card.
I wasn't paying attention because I kind of figured this was a tutorial thing.
Yeah. So now they're gonna make me open up the menu, scroll all the way over to the fucking Collectopedia card, just to show me the same thing they just told me. When are game developers gonna figure out that we...
Tutorials are like optional. Well,
Yeah.
they did. Klonoa, sweet baby. You can turn tutorials off in Klonoa.
Okay, but like for good games.
I would say that it's the mark of a good game. Be able to turn the tutorials off.
I'd say that the mark of a good game is a tutorial you don't mind doing.
Probably, yeah, that's probably the mark. No,
But-
I'd say that's the mark of a quote-unquote great game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, good enough is being able to opt out.
Yeah. Oh, God. Actually, I think that we should place a game that has a tutorial that you don't mind doing. Okay, don't mind doing is a great game. If you enjoy the tutorial, that shit doesn't exist.
Well, no, I would say the next tier up, maybe like a wonderful game or something, would be a tutorial you don't realize that you're taking.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, that feels like... Isn't that just letting people play the game?
Yeah, letting people learn how to
At
play
that
the fucking
point-
game on their own. Like
So
maybe
old games
using
have
level
constantly
design.
done that.
Yep, old good. New
Old
bad.
good, new bad.
Friendly reminder.
Dude says music is a little too high. Welcome, Adelmo.
I can adjust the music in just a moment.
Yeah. I don't like. I felt like I was being too picky with the
Well, if something's too loud, let me know.
Here, let me turn it on for a second.
Oh yeah, all of the volume stuff got reset.
Oh. Uh-oh.
So I've set the music and effects down to
Effects need
half.
to go way
Something a bit
down.
meatier.
Well, the only complaint we've had so far is the music, so I'm setting them at half, and
Give 'em
then
the usual, Noah.
We got the initiative.
from there we can adjust further.
That's with something a bit meatier.
Something for you. Thanks.
Yeah, get used to that fucking voice line.
No, I'm muting it.
They did not record enough post-battle dialogue,
Oh, man.
which is sad because they've got a lot of like really interesting character interactions for like when you're walking around in new places.
Yeah.
People will converse and
There's, on the donkey video that everyone got really mad about on Twitter, in that one donkey video, there was a comment on the YouTube video that this one guy said there's a, what the fuck was the name of that game? There's a game where any voiced dialogue that doesn't appear in, like, cutscenes or is, like, plot relevant for, like, being around in the overworld and commenting on things,
Make me yawn myself.
it never plays again once it's played once.
Hmm.
Which I'm like, okay, that's another extreme, but honestly, possibly a better way to handle that. I mean, I think if I had to choose one or the other, I'd choose that.
I would just make it so that, like, if you've got like a queue of say like 100 different things your characters can say, make it so the game runs through all 100.
Yeah,
You know?
before repeating. But it feels like there aren't 100 things. It feels like there's 3 things.
Yeah.
You know? It's not just that it's repeating, it's just that there's only 3 things!
It's not great.
I guess it might be kind of fun if you're like in a group of people playing the game and somebody just repeats the line every time, so now you're hearing it.
Yeah.
Or like the whole room. Because I remember we did that in, oh, what's the plot?
Those
Okay,
chewy
so
radishes and
I think the
cluster elves
plot's
should be
war
growing
is
nearby, I
bad, and we're all test tube babies. Because we saw the queen do that after the war is bad scene, and now we're picking radishes because we are elite soldiers.
I don't even know if the game has established the war bad at this point. At this point, all we know is that we
has
are
to
in a
have.
war, and that we're test tube babies.
I think it's established war is bad because it held, like, at least 12 times on, like, a bunch of shots of dead bodies and people, and the anime characters going, like, having this sad expression over it or a grim expression over it, and it's like, yeah, that's casualties. I'm pretty sure it's trying, like, maybe it hasn't explicitly said war is bad yet, but it's definitely going in a fucking war is hell direction with the cinematography.
Yeah, I don't know. They've,
We're all child soldiers, and the green-haired fat kid is kind of stupid, and we'll never see him again.
yeah, there was a green-haired fat kid that, showed up in the flashbacks, but isn't with us.
See, he's really important
Except
to the plot. I
he
think.
lives rent-free in Fenn's head.
Absolutely, he is the he's like, if anytime I think of Xenoblade Chronicles 3, it's his face on the main menu and in this pause screen. I'm just gonna edit that in. I'm gonna have a thumbnail, and it's gonna be the same.
We just had to persevere.
We should replace the queen with fat kid's head.
Yes, just
Never forget fat kid.
we've already got the
Register
green.
the materials we gathered on Rold's Collectopedia card.
Let's tell Roll the good news.
Here's something else that's interesting. You'll notice that there is a flame clock on screen next to the minimap. Or
Yeah.
maybe you didn't notice that, I don't know. But
Yeah.
the
It's
game
also the kind of loading compass looking thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
the game tells you that there are repercussions for letting that flame clock fall or get too low.
Counting on you, Noah.
And it tells you that like you get buffs based on its
Hunger
like
meter.
position, sure. And that you kill things to make it go up or down.
Earth.
Here we go, guys.
So
We got the initiative.
it tells you all that, and yet throughout my entire first playthrough, I never saw that go down during this section of the game where it's present. Never saw it go up, never saw it go down. It just stayed where it's at. I don't think throughout the game we're ever exposed to a flame clock long enough for those repercussions to ever manifest, if they ever do. You could convince me that it's a bugged mechanic.
Oh,
What lunge attack?
that's kind of bad. Underutilized. Like,
I mean, it's... Obviously it's bad that the mechanics don't, like, feel like they
it's not
exist.
a big thing, but it's sad that it doesn't get utilized if it exists.
Yeah. I think that it... I mean, it's going for a certain feeling, and I think it would have gotten that feeling across just as well by having the graphic there and not telling you what it does. Like, just saying, like, okay, this is the flame clock, it's here.
Oh
You-
god, so basically it's ruined by them explaining it again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Until it becomes relevant, maybe, I guess. Like, maybe if it starts being... That's a tutorial I can forgive, is that, like, if it's something that they haven't told you about, you have no idea it's going to be a problem, then you get into the situation where you're starting to, like, go towards the yellow or red, like, oh no, you're in trouble, then the tutorial box pops up with them, hey, keep an eye on this thing, you might not have known about it.
Yeah.
But, like, if they mandatorily put you through an entire tutorial about that shit and don't let you figure it out organically yourself through, you know, just figuring shit out on your own because I like thinking.
Yeah, and it's also, like, really ambiguous where the flame clock is. Like, does it... Like, it's just... I don't like it. I don't like the flame clock. I'm glad it doesn't stick around.
Okay.
Hey, I'm here. You're on fire, Lance. Cheeky. Arrow burst.
We can replace the flame clock with the queen. And it'll be just as good.
That's true. In fact, give me just a
It's
moment
exactly
here.
the right shape.
What were they gonna do? Make me
I'm just
yawn
gonna-
myself to death?
Here we go. Perfect.
Right, what have we got around here?
God save
Oh
the
my
queen.
God. Not sure what kind of commentary, what does this imply, but I don't care.
It means we live under the yoke of an unjust ruler.
Hey, in this universe, the queen is there already, you know? She's there. She's
Yeah,
turning
she's-
shrimp cocktail into people.
She's Melia's sister.
Yeah, what?
That's what Forte said.
She has the hair curls.
Okay, so we've picked up the stuff and we've sent it off via the internet. Now we can go back to the plot.
What were we doing? We were collecting radishes, right?
Yeah, we were collecting rations or some bullshit.
Radishes.
Well, there was like radishes and some monster drops.
Radishes.
The game will go through these periods where it'll make you do a side quest to complete, like to move on with the main story,
No.
which to me doesn't really make it seem like it's a side quest. It's just,
It's missable, I guess, is the thing they're getting at. 'Cause-
well, no, it's not missable. You can't go forward until you complete the side quest.
No, I mean, if it wasn't, then it would be missable.
Oh, good. I don't want to fucking do this.
You know what? You're right. That's how I feel too. You should have to replay the game if you want to 100% it and you care about shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if they make it this obvious. Just have a request board with like all that stuff you gotta complete before continuing, or have you got enough tutorial warnings? Why don't you just have a warning that says if you progress past this point, you won't be able to complete these quests, and have a list.
Yeah. I don't remember, but I think there was missable stuff in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but there is no missable content in this game that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I don't think they'd allow you to miss anything.
Yeah.
You gotta be funneled down the lowest common denominator chute.
Mwamba out here desperately trying to convince people that he's not about to kick the bucket.
Yeah, I don't think he's. I don't know, man. He just has that look to him.
Well, he's the same race as Lands in a squad that only has one person per race, so someone's got to go.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. I just thought that he was like the last. Like he just has a look to him. I don't know. He's got the bad guy sweetback, or the expendable guy sweetback.
Well, you want to see the real death flag? I'll show you.
Oh,
if we
God.
go into fucking hell.
No.
Ugh.
No. Every time.
Okay, so this is where you get to choose your arts. You can see how long it takes for them to recharge, as I alluded to earlier. You can
Oh,
hear
what?
everyone scream their arts.
Sir, you mean what do you mean the two-finger, salute? Are
Huh?
you
We should
talking
Review
about?
our arts and skills every now and again.
Because that's a real salute. It gets used in other media, and it didn't look dumb when like Noishka did it.
Okay, so now that I'm out of the tutorial, if you go over to Mwamba and you look at his skills, one of his skills is literally I'll survive.
Oh no.
So,
I'll survive.
yeah. Good luck with that
I'll
one, buddy.
survive.
I think he also...
Wow.
I think you also can't
That's just
unequip his
piling it on,
equipment.
isn't it?
Like, he can't change his stuff like everyone
Oh,
else's.
he can't?
No.
Oh. See, I mean, that's just adding insult to injury, to be honest. The skill name, come on. That's
Yeah.
like, if I wasn't sure before, I'm definitely sure now. But that's just extra. They just did. That's just mean.
It's true.
Wow. I took one fucking look at this guy and I'm like, yeah, okay, it's him. I didn't even think about any of this shit.
Now would be a good time to
That's
say
how I
don't
knew,
wanna-
honestly.
I don't have fucking
Yeah,
intuition like
nothing
this.
better than
Fuck it.
unburdening yourself.
Fucking anime. I hate anime.
Me too, man.
God.
So I'm not really interested in what these people have to say, but talking to all of them gives you reputation.
Okay. It...
It's
Everything...
looking complete.
I don't know, we're just like, because you're going fast, so I can't really catch most of it, but it seems like Uni just is like, yeah, I'm fine, yeah, we're fine, yeah, mind your biz. That's
Yeah.
like her personality?
She's just kind of a bitch.
Okay. Likeable characters.
Getting dark already?
Yeah. She's just kind of like the crass, unbehaved Scottish woman.
Oh, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
What to buy?
Also, another weird thing. So at the beginning of the game, you've got, you have to sell all of your, like, valuable goods, like things that exist only to be sold.
Oh,
You gotta do that by hand.
wow.
But like 2 hours in, they give you a thing that just sells them for you automatically, just by collecting them.
Maybe you should wait until you get that. Do you need the money now?
I mean, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, if you wait, then it does it for you automatically, doesn't it?
I don't know if it sells anything you already have on you. But
Oh.
my point is, like, why even have those items? Like, why make them exist if you're just gonna give money? Just give money.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Did they go into the collectopedia or have any peripheral value or
Now we're
like
bringing out the
No,
what
big
do you use
any-
on the craft?
Anything that has any other value doesn't get sold. But, like, there are items that are...
What's up?
They just exist to be sold.
Our rank.
So they're
It
like
is
Helmist.
copper.
Yeah.
Not even for quests.
Talking about
Yeah,
going
it'd be
now.
like if your
I mean,
misc
we did
inventory
win
just
yesterday.
auto-sold.
It'll only be a matter of
Well-
time before we make iron.
I mean,
That'll be
it's
it.
nice, but it also is kind of like,
I
why
don't
even
know
have a misc
about that.
inventory?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Looks like they're rolling out
But
silver rank
misc
for this
inventory is
operation.
for crafting materials.
Silver rank.
Well, so is your
What would
event.
they be doing here?
Well, that's because
Orders are
Lethill's
orders.
fucking stupid.
Can't
You
complain
could
about
move
the
all
health.
of your crafting misc into event, and then have misc just be sellable goods, and then you could just delete that inventory from the game and increase money drops.
Until point
Yeah, I
D.
guess maybe they should have.
Don't fall behind.
Like, there's equips and then consumable, and then is like, you know, and then crafting material, and then event or cash shop, and then pet, I guess.
Yeah.
I would say that if the MISC had some kind of like codex, which there is a codex for it, which is just gambling at the end of the day. But if I don't even like, as much as I like card hunting and as much as I like Ugbait, I just don't think I would justify a MISC inventory purely off of Ugbait's ass.
Yeah.
But I would justify it if the translation was halfway decent or the writing was halfway decent and there was like lore on the descriptions of the items and it's just like a trivia thing. I could justify that, but
My-
there should be an auto sell option.
My chat does not automatically scroll down when someone chats. And it's bothering me.
no. On phone?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But don't worry, Forte, we've already fallen behind.
Rip. What you say, furball? His afro is me. But it's also my favorite character.
Yeah, Ricky is pretty top tier until he isn't.
What, Riki? His name's Riki?
Riku, sorry.
Riku. Ah, so... Oh god, even this is... Rip.
Man, look at all this video game we can play.
I thought the joke was that
We
he
shouldn't burn
talks
ourselves out.
normal, which is
Let's avoid
weird for
anyone who
no
looks too strong,
puns.
okay?
But then the other, like, I thought the other no pun talked normal too in the donkey video.
So I haven't seen the Donkey video.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch him.
He's...
Not for any reason. I don't like dislike him or anything. I just have not exposed myself to his content.
I disagree with him more than I disagree with other people I watch. But I see the gripes he made, and some of the stuff he mentioned is the stuff that I find insufferable too, yes.
Nopons speak the same way they do in all the other games.
Do they? Because I heard little teal Nopon talking, and that is not the way Riki talks.
Well,
If Xenoblade 2...
Riku's got like a deeper voice, but I mean, I haven't noticed any particular difference in the speech patterns of these Nopon.
Yeah, I'd have to go back to the speech pattern thing, but I don't know, it just feels... feels like he's tired. And I don't blame him, like, it's hard to throw yourself into shit like that, but... I don't know, Ricky is the biggest cringe that I will endorse ever. Because, I mean, at least he fucking threw himself into that shit. At least he really gave it his all, man.
So, like, if we go talk to Harala over here... I mean, she speaks as stilted as any other Nopon.
I mean...
Unless you're talking about, like, the
Talking.
voice acting.
Yeah, I'm talking about the voice acting.
Oh.
Ricky's voice actor threw himself into that shit real fucking hard, and as much as I get that fucking feeling like I'm having a heart attack because it's so cringy, he really did it well.
I think later we run into another Nopon later that probably sounds a little bit more like you would expect.
That's just because she's a girl, though. Like, I heard some of her lines, and she kind of, but like, it's not as ridiculous Muppet as I feel like Nopons are supposed to be. I don't know, I haven't heard the Japanese either. Maybe they fell down on the job too. Maybe it's not how it's supposed to be. I don't know. But
I'm not about to turn on the Japanese dub, sorry.
it's okay. I'd have to look it up myself. I'm just saying, like, I was really... At first I was like, oh no, it's a Jar Jar Binks, but then having serious, like, plot points and actually being useful and having moments, and I was like, oh wow, it's Jar Jar, but they utilized him? This is fucking weird, and I kind of liked it, because it was just... took me off guard. It really took me off guard.
I like Riku as insofar as he kind of plays as a straight man for the group, once they start utilizing him a little bit more later in the story. But his actual involvement with the plot is a little bit frustrating.
Well, I think it would be fine, because if I'd only ever known Riki, and then I saw Riku, and I was like, oh, okay, so this Nopon is a weird Nopon. But no, I guess Riki's the weird Nopon?
I don't know. I've only, like, my only real point of comparison is the little I've exposed myself to the Nopon in 2, who was also, like, an annoying piece of shit.
The meh guy. Well, at least he was over the top with it, which it was terrible, but yeah, he's a Nopon. I just think we had to interact with him for too long as well.
Yeah, keep up the offensive. Got you. You could try a little harder. You're on fire, Lance. Have it. I'll keep up the attack.
Smooth as always, Noah.
So periodically throughout the game, you'll find 2 opposing factions fighting each other in the field,
Keep going.
and the game will prompt you, if you approach them, to join one faction. And it'll tell you, like, what you stand to gain from joining that faction over the other one. Now, the beginning one, the first one you find, doesn't give you an option because it wouldn't make any sense for you to be fighting
Let's ask him what's wrong.
against your teammates at this
Yeah.
point. But later on, you get the option to join one side or the other. And it's not always like white team versus blue team. Sometimes it's 2 sets of, like, woodland critters, and you can join one side of them and fight alongside the other.
Critters?
Yeah.
And they appreciate it?
Yeah.
Oh. But then you can you,
You can't kill the other team after you win, no.
okay, but they're just monsters, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
And it kind of loses its punch when you, like, reload the area and all the battles reset. But it's a neat little thing, I think. You only get the benefits once, so you can't, like,
This one down pronto.
finish a fight with one team and then go back and get the rewards for fighting the other
You know
team.
this one by heart.
So you still have to, like, make a choice.
Come here. I got something
And most of the
for
time, the choice is between getting a certain amount of silver Nopon coins or getting, like, reputation and bonus experience and money.
Oh.
I always choose the Nopon coins.
Wolf Dog, it's not that I don't like the British voice acting. It's that sometimes I don't like voice acting if it's not conveying the original intention of the character. which you generally get better conveyance of the writer's intention of what the character's supposed to be like with Japanese voice acting because they were able to directly interact with the notes in the original language.
Yeah, she's a weeb.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a weeb. If it was like a French creation, I'd say that the voice actors that do the voice acting in the original language that the story and character was written in will, unless some monumental fuck-up occurs, generally be better because they have direct access to the person who wrote the character in the first place, and it's the most cohesive representation of what that character's supposed to be.
I don't disagree with you on that. I just think that it doesn't
It's
matter
good enough.
for like 90% of video games. Unless you have something that is like legitimately a piece of art.
Well, here's the thing. I want to care about the media I'm consuming. If I'm going to get invested in something, I care about the sanctity of what it's conveying to me.
Fight with focus.
So, I don't take this seriously, and I'm fine with listening to the Cockney British. If it has a story that actually changes my mind, I don't think it's going to change my mind, but I am enjoying yelling at it. I do actually enjoy asking what the fuck and spitballing what the fuck it could possibly be. That's how I enjoy shit that I don't actually enjoy inherently.
If I was gonna have like a pretentious highbrow opinion about it, I would say that if it really mattered, then the creator would go the extra length to make sure it was being portrayed correctly in other languages.
But the language barrier makes that impossible because you really can't understand the nuance. Like, every creator of something having to be multilingual is just unrealistic.
Well,
And
then
English
you
is not the
hire
most
people that you
important
can
fucking
trust,
thing.
and you don't outsource it to the lowest bidder, people who have proven themselves to be unreliable translators.
And you're asking that from one of the go-to translators that Nintendo hires.
Yeah.
That is probably out of the original creator's hand at that point. Like, you
Yeah.
think the original story writer and character designer really has a say in that? That's unrealistic. It is what it is.
Well, then it's unrealistic to, expect good translations then, which is why I don't.
Yeah, I don't expect them. That's why I learned the original language.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go so far as to learn Japanese just to enjoy the fucking video game 10% better.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I don't
There's a lot
think
of
that...
peripheral. The things that I really care about, though, a lot of the shit that's peripheral to it and the shit that I really enjoy doesn't get localized. Like, there's 3 novels for Grandia that do not have even a fan translation on the internet anywhere I can find, you know? So, the things I really enjoy, if I follow them and find out that I really enjoy them how they were originally intended and that a localization kind of Saturday morning funny mode cartooned it up and I didn't enjoy it as much in English, well, I follow that and find things I actually really enjoy more, and then I'm consuming more media that is very specific to my interests and that I enjoy. It just all happens to be Japanese.
See,
Some of it's French.
the secret is just to not enjoy anything.
Yeah, well, I don't enjoy... I mean, I enjoy this because I'm playing, like, I'm watching you play it and we're talking about it, so I enjoy that part of it, but I don't know if I'd actually be enjoying this.
Yeah,
If I was playing it alone.
my initial playthrough,
It's not terrible, it's fine. I just don't know very much yet, and it's like standard early monster fighting right now and side quests.
yeah, like, it kind of drew me in because I was just trying to figure out what the fuck was going on with the world.
Yeah, I mean, I do kind of want to know what the fuck's going on, but I'm not, like, I know what, the cinematics and the storytelling that it's portrayed so far, I know what it's trying to elicit from me as a response, but it's not incredibly skillfully done. It's like medium skillfully. It's okay, it's serviceable. I'm suspicious of it because it's doing it this certain way.
I didn't even pay any mind to that because, like, that's not what drew me in. The emotional appeal to this game, like, completely fell flat for me. But what interested me was, like, okay, why are the child soldiers? Why
I'm
are they
interested to find
cloning?
out about the
What's
clone vats, and I'm interested to find out about But I these characters, Fat Kid is living in my head rent-free to this day.
Yeah, and
I
like
actually don't care that much, I just know it was dumb choreography.
the whole, like, the way that the game fails to elicit an emotional response, like, sometimes characters will just stare at something completely deadpan, and you're like, what am I supposed to be feeling here?
Yeah, that's...
What did they want? Why are we lingering here? As far as
the first Xenoblade, I'm gonna say the first Xenoblade was superior because the fucking models and textures looked so fucking bad that they wouldn't hold on to them for scenes like that.
Enemies broken away from me.
I don't know. I mean, technically, I guess that's a shitpost, but you could make the argument that the limitations, you know, working around limitations like that don't allow shit like that to occur.
I mean, that's what the argument always ends up being when people are like, oh, new good, old bad, because...
Man's about to fucking die.
Yeah, that's his job.
Oh,
People are always like, oh, well, the art is good for old things because it's, you know, it's representative. It's not, like, supposed to be good on its own. It's supposed to be, like, an abstraction of something good. And that's, like, a fine enough argument, but,
that's one of the arguments. I've actually never heard that argument. I feel like I'm the only one that ever makes that argument.
Yo, this dude's stuck in the
graphics.
fucking ground. Let's go.
Oh, fuck. The argument I hear made more often is about, like, mechanics and... Oh no, he is stuck in the ground.
Yeah, dude, he's
What
just
the
in there.
Fuck?
Good thing this is an MMO, and where he is doesn't actually matter.
Yeah. What? Okay. I'm glad we could witness this together.
I think Lance is a little bit confused, though.
Me too. I'm with him.
You're on fire, Lance.
What?
It's just one of the battle quotes. It's just really funny here, because
not-
he's literally
Oh,
doing nothing.
He's getting hit!
Yeah,
He's not doing anything.
he's doing his job, he's taking aggro.
Okay. If he moved or if somebody else took aggro, you think maybe...
They're sparking me yet.
Oh, now I'm taking damage.
Oh no!
There we go.
We aced that one.
Easy. Just as God intended.
I hope we
Wait,
can
there's
make use of
two
this.
down there? Wait, no. Okay, I don't know what I was